Hey everybody, Walking Man Walks back again. Another workout, another day in the life. I'm experimenting with some new stuff on YouTube, doing shorts, more shorts editing. I think I'm gonna do a shorts ranking channel, like best kayak waterfall runs. The 5 best kayak waterfall runs. The 5 best motocross crashes, stuff like that. What do you think about that? Anybody who's watching? Looks like nobody's watching yet. It's okay. Might be late in the States. Some days are definitely more challenging than others for working out, like focusing. You got work to do, you got your hobbies, you got all kinds of stuff to do. And it's hard to get myself just to focus in the morning. Hey, how you doing? What is that? Ace Plays? Hey, Ace Plays. You are so cool. Thanks, man. Where are you from, Ace? Feel that in those quads. Like I was saying, some days it's really hard to get motivated to work out. You got a lot on your mind. I got my family, I got all kinds of stuff going on. But I pretty much forced myself to come out here in the morning, get in a good workout. It's a great way to start the day. I need to get more equipment. Like I said before, I was going to the gym, but the gym here where I just moved is kind of far. But I have all this space. I've been researching equipment, from China, because China is close to here. It's much cheaper than buying equipment in the US. And there's no crazy tariffs there like there is in the US right now. No crazy tariffs to import stuff from the Philippines. They do have a VAT tax here. It's like instead of a lot of income tax, they pay a VAT tax on luxury items. Yeah, I don't care about your duty. Where by China? I'm in the Philippines. Not really by China, but a lot closer than where I'm from in the US. Try not to swing your body when you do these. It's all about the shoulders, You swing your body, you're just kind of cheating. That kind of goes for anything. any kind of workout you're doing. Rudy wanted to share the news. Good for you, man. Glad to hear you're not constipated. It's a beautiful day here in the Philippines, South China Sea. For you guys that are new, this is my view out my back door here. Yep, it doesn't suck. Unless there's a typhoon, then it gets kind of scary. It's really hot working out in the Philippines. I have air-conditioned rooms, but this one's not air-conditioned. So I kind of enjoy getting really sweaty when I work out. Thanks. Holy balls. That's beautiful. Yeah, it is beautiful. I went kayaking out there the other day. I've been whitewater kayaking for years. So you can see my gear right here. I could just pop out the backyard, go paddle around. There's even, on a windy day, there's some nice big waves you can catch out there. It's pretty awesome. I also have a sup board and an inflatable kayak I could take out. Like I was telling people in my last live stream, this is the only piece of equipment I have right now. A couple mats and my fiance's kettlebell that she does squats with. Because we just moved up here. I was going to a really good gym down in the south where we lived. But we moved, so. Yeah, the Philippines is beautiful. My only issue with the Philippines is people throw garbage everywhere, plastic into the ocean. I see it all the time. Old people, young people, they'll finish a bag of chips and, you know, I'm old enough to remember when it was in the US, people used to do that. Bro, it's time to do a flip. Flip? Not on this concrete. Into the water. I used to do that all the time. Do some kayak tricks, flips in my kayak, but I'm not really a gymnast. Oh, gotta love the feeling of working out, right? Like I'm always saying here, and I keep preaching it, once you get over 50, if you don't build muscle mass, you lose muscle mass. And it's also your quickest route to diabetes. My favorite hobby is whitewater kayaking. Used to be my job. Wavy, hey Wavy. Holy semen guzzler. Hello, semen guzzler. I'm not gonna read you Charlie Kirk joke out loud, but I'm not a big fan of Charlie Kirk. I think he was a racist. I know it's unpopular with the Holy Rollers to say anything bad about Charlie Kirk, but he said some racist shit in his time, and he made. A lot of people don't know that Charlie Kirk's net worth was $90 million. So was he in it for the money? I don't know. You gotta ask yourself that. But I'm not getting political on this channel. I'm good. How are you? What's your name? Jipper? Jeeper? You like my shirt? Oh, I think I got this in Malaysia last year, or Bali, one of those places. Just a $5 workout t-shirt. But thanks. Okay. Let's move to some chair dips. So the chair, I love working my triceps. 75% of your arms are triceps. When I do those, I always notice that my shoulders are, I don't know if that's because you have a dominant side, you have a weak side, like because I'm right-handed, I do most things with my right hand. But it's always been weird. You guys that are there, go ahead and subscribe if you like my channel. I do other stuff. So when I travel around the Philippines, I'm actually gonna go kayaking today, I think, and hit it on the GoPro and put up a video of that. That should be pretty cool. Maybe if there's some waves out there, I'll surf some waves on the kayak. That's always a good fun. But I have to go. Okay, man. Go ahead and subscribe so you get my next live stream. Okay, set number 2, chair dips. If you don't have any equipment at home, $75% of your arm, everybody thinks you gotta work your biceps to get big arms, but you really have to work your tricep to get big arms. Not that I have big arms, but they're decent. Stay hydrated on my workout. 4 people watching, 2 likes. All right, you guys subscribe. All right, last set of dips. You always try to get your shoulders as straight back as you can. It's hard to keep form, but do the best you can. Oh, back up to 14 people. Go ahead and subscribe. Ask me any questions. It doesn't have to be about working out. You can ask me about life, whatever. I've lived a long time. Went to high school in the 80s in New York. Lived in Colorado for many years. Been an outdoor enthusiast. skier, kayaker, climber, all that stuff. Traveled around the world, worked in Africa, worked in Chile, worked in Ecuador. Although my Spanish is pretty bad. Alright, 27 people, 3 likes. Go ahead and subscribe, guys. If you like what I'm doing, give me a subscribe and comment. Yeah, I'm gonna do some incline push-ups. Let's use the couch back here. Like I said, this home workout, I just use whatever I have. You don't need a fancy gym to work out all the time. I used to use a chair, but splay your hands a little bit when you do push-ups. Doesn't hurt your elbows as bad. I have to walk as far to talk to you guys, so I'm gonna just a little closer. Alright, 25 people. Hey man. Fab, how are you? I'm a little red. Push-ups, one of the best workouts you could do, I think. Especially mid, you know, I could probably do 20 in one clip, which isn't that much, but in mid workout here, like I just did 15, 14. There are guys that could do 100 in a row. Not me, I don't do them enough, but I like to throw them into the workout because I don't have a gym here, so, you know, if I had the gym, I'd be bench pressing and that stuff. Incline presses are my favorite, probably. In recovery from each set, I do, you know, like push-ups and squats, get you breathing heavy a lot. So I usually do a minute or until my breathing comes back to a normal rate. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning here in the Philippines. It's probably 90 degrees out. 85. I got my open air solar here, solar. You guys that just joined, this is my backyard here in the Philippines. Some fishermen out, I think, yeah. All my neighbors are fishermen. This is what they call the province here. What we call the country in the US. Living in the country. I like it better than living in a big city like Manila or something like that. Go and do my thing. I go out kayaking behind the house there. I don't have to drive anywhere. Alright, set 2. Like I say all the time on my channel, I'm over 50. I work out to keep my muscle mass. A couple years ago, I wasn't working out, and you know, I was listening to a lot of podcasts. My main exercise was walking, kayaking, and my hobbies too, but those are exercise, but in like a different way, not like a focused way. They're good for you, but whenever I was walking, listening to podcasts, and started listening to some gurus talking about, muscle mass over 30, and you start losing like 10% a year after 30. And the only way to retain that muscle mass is to do resistance training. Resistance training, what I'm doing right now. You see these commercials, these AI commercials on YouTube. Oh, do Tai Chi for 2 weeks and your body will change. It's all bullshit. Tai Chi is like yoga. It's good, but you also have to do resistance training if you want to retain your muscle mass. Tai Chi is not gonna, like those guys, those AI Asian guys on those Tai Chi commercials, first of all, they're AI, but you don't get like those guys. They look like Arnold Schwarzenegger mixed with Bruce Lee, basically. Trust me, you don't get like that from doing Tai Chi or yoga. You gotta do some muscle work. Yeah, man, just push-ups. And you remember he had kind of a bad a few years ago, but I remember this from high school because this is when he was, famous. When I was in high school, was Herschel Walker, the football player. You remember his build when he was 18, 19 years old? He was really poor, grew up in Georgia. All he did was push-ups and sit-ups, like hundreds. So you don't need that much. I'm in the Philippines. What's your name? Count Valcruz? Yeah, I'm in the Philippines. It's morning here in the Philippines. Kind of an expat. I spent about half the year in the U.S., Colorado, during the summers, and then when it gets really cold. I used to be like a ski patroller and stuff, but the cost of living in Colorado is just really ridiculous. And with my lifestyle, I'm a river ranger in the summer. So with my lifestyle, to live in Colorado where I live in the mountains by Vail, I would have to, right now, while I'm there, I live in my 30-foot RV in the summer. So I'd have to move into an apartment there, which, in the US, to move into an apartment, you need 2 months rent, and, and a one-bedroom apartment in the Vail, Eagle County area right now is like, I don't know, $3,000 a month. So you need 10 grand just to move into the apartment for 6 months and then move out. And I've never lived in a place where you ever get your full safety deposit back. They always have an excuse to keep at least half of it. So I come here to the Philippines where I have this giant place for $200 a month rent. This is just the common area in my place. I have an office right there. Right there is the one-bedroom apartment that me and my fiance and my baby live in. This is kind of the gym bathroom. Then there's a nice bathroom inside. I have a back porch here that's all to myself. A dirty kitchen outside here, which they have in the Philippines. We're cleaning out the fridge right now. It's kind of a mess. But in the Philippines, they have what they call a dirty kitchen outside because they cook a lot of stinky fish, so it's nice. And then on the inside, so that window there, that's my apartment. That's, the air conditioner's on in there and stuff, and my fiance and the babysitter is there. And that's like a one bedroom with another kitchen and a living room and a bathroom. $200 a month in the Philippines. All right, last set. Try and keep my elbows in. Just go to failure. It doesn't really matter what the count is. Do a couple shorties. Yeah, that was a pretty big set, but. Now do a single arm same incline. My work has an office in Cebu. What's your work? Count Val Cruz. I can't retire for like another 10 years, so I'd love to get a job here in the Philippines. But, you know, I can't work for the wages that most Filipinos work for. It's part of the reason I have this channel. I mean, it doesn't make a ton of income, but a tiny bit. And I have my buy me a coffee if you want to support the channel. You could go there and buy me a coffee. But you don't have to. I prefer if you just subscribe, comment. Do a single arm same incline. No, I'm just gonna keep with my regular workout, but I've done single arm pulls before. Okay. Shoulders. Ten is the goal, but 12, 13 is good too. Like I said before, this is the only weight I have, this 16 kilo dumbbell, so I guess that's around 35 pounds. Everything's on the metric system here in the Philippines. Like in the US, we tried to go to the metric system. I remember back in like the 80s or 90s, and people revolted. They wouldn't want to switch from inches to meters or whatever, from feet to meters. But you know, I also went to college for science, and everything in the science world is done on the metric system because it's based on 10, not 12 or whatever other random number. So it makes the math a lot easier. Anyway, that's just a side rant. My advocation. Is that a word? Advocation? I'm advocating for the metric system. I'm really starting to sweat now. That's good. Good workout. Do another set of these, then I'll do curls. That'll be my workout for the day. Then I'll go run some errands, work online. No one wants to lose any inches. Yeah. I'm just saying metric makes more sense if you're coming from a mathematical point of view. Everything's in tens, and millimeters are thousands. You know, inches, you have 12, and then 1 foot is 12 inches, and you get 100 feet. Yeah, it's easy to do the math on. But now, what if you have 1,462 feet compared to 1,462 meters? For meters, you just add some zeros on the end. Oh, there goes my water pump. Sorry about that. Okay guys, the water pump's on now. Go ahead and subscribe if you like my stuff. I don't just work out, I do a lot of things. I'm going to travel to Dubuque in a few weeks. There's a river up there. If I want to kayak, I'll film all that. If you guys want to see that, subscribe. If you want to help out the channel, I'm going to link to buy me a coffee in the bottom. But for now, 33 minutes. That's going to be the end of my live stream, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks. Subscribe.